King que responde junto con Rossi. Castigo de King, la del 3K para el Rey. Panchito que la logra el 4K.
That's great out of net. The entry falls, and another out of net. C9 hold the line flawlessly.
I am here with Emmy before map 2, a solid game 1 in control most of the time. Is there anything even you want the team to clean up as you head into map 2?
No, just keep playing confidently. That's it.
Easy, short and sweet. Emmy, thanks. Good luck in the game.
Welcome back, everyone. Zoe here, joined by Wyatt and Sean. As you can see, we have a special guest here on our desk as well. Lee from G2 is joining us for a quick chat about the match we just got to see. Also, a rare occurrence of an Emmy post-map 1 interview.
Yeah, I don't think he even knew what to say. It's like, what do I do out here? I can't
The answer
be mad.
sounded exactly the same as a loser's interview with him would have said. Sounded like.
He doesn't really give us much anymore.
It's like, we need to get our confidence back. Okay, we'll just
start winning
today.
pistols.
Cool.
the whole spiel.
He's happy underneath, though.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he has to be so happy that they started that way.
You know what? I am very happy right now because we're going to leave here and I'm going to pick your brain talking about the homies on the server. How does it feel for you to see friends pop off on the server like Zeppa had a lifetime performance in Kickoff already? He did it again yesterday. Yesterday, last week? I don't know. What is time?
Yeah, last week.
It was last week. It feels like yesterday.
I mean, I think this meta suits Zeppa especially. Like, I think Teo is just an insane agent for him. All in all, like, their roles right now are very good, and like Mitch obviously fits in pretty well too with the roles and stuff like that. So, like, I think they're playing great. Their comps are really good. They're up to date, so they're looking good.
Let's talk about this map specifically that we got to see them being pretty much in the driver's seat for all of it. Leviathan, obviously a bit unlucky with so many changes and then also having role swaps. Do you feel like they looked more competent this time around?
To be honest, not really. I feel like they have still a lot to work on, and like obviously, like you said, like changing so much around is hard, but there just comes like certain like individual moments that I feel like they need to just get better at, and they just aren't. And I don't know if that's roles, team, like comfort, anything. Like it could be anything, but they just probably just need more time.
Yeah, we were talking about the roles a lot before we were getting into this game, and the fact that they have so many players that can play a number of roles kind of makes it, I think to some extent, hard to pick necessarily because they have so many options. Do you like this King duelist era that he's in right now?
Yeah, because I feel like the only person on their team that can play like the Yoru is him. Like obviously if they choose to play like a Jet or a Waylay, I feel like Demon 1 would be more suited for that. But if you're gonna play like Raze or Yoru, he's definitely the person to do it. I mean, he's played that, you know, years ago. In terms of like the other stuff, like I'm not like I don't like Demon 1 on some of these agents. Like I feel like Astro is more suited for how he plays and stuff like that, where it's very like plug and play. Like you can just kind of guide him around, and he just focuses on his crosshair. Like that's kind of what he's good at. And yeah, like I just feel like in all, they're like just missing something.
It's hard. His team always just thinks util first, but watching LEV, it's just not ingrained in some of them yet, right? Like
yeah.
Once Demon 1 gets comfortable in that realm, you know, maybe it'll look better. And same thing goes for King, but the roles are too all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Let's actually check in with the opposition. Itopata had a quick chat with Riv ahead of this next map.
I am here with Itopata before their next matchup. Looking at the team, all S-tier players, everybody's amazing at their role. What is missing, though, to unlock that potential we know from the squad?
Right now, in this game and last official as well, the way that we played is very different from what we showed in scrims. And I feel like right now we're just a little bit scared of losing, and we're more like playing to not lose instead of winning. So, you know, that this is what we were talking. We want to be way more aggressive. We want to be way more fluid on the map. We just want to be kind of flowing, you know? And this is going to come when we kind of like drop this fear, get over it.
Itopata, thanks for the insight. Good luck in map 2.
When you hear coaches say stuff like that, is it more about, because I'm thinking like, okay, they're not aggressing in like the micro plays. Like C9 takes A heaven on split. What's our play to take it back in the next 10 seconds? And it just doesn't come. They just are reacting way too late.
Yeah, I mean, hesitation is probably like the biggest difference from like scrims to matches. Like, I'd say even we suffer from that sometimes, you know, depending on the situation. But I mean, that just felt like a very basic answer to me.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to say too much,
True.
but you don't want to say like too little. But I mean, obviously, like, if he's probably not happy because he watches, you know, the practice every day.
Yeah.
And that's probably not at all how they play on Split.
When it happens to you guys, does it happen from a place of like, we don't know what to do because we're playing this crazy double duels comp, this new agent came in, we don't know how to counter, or is it because, oh my God, this guy just hit like a 4K and we don't know how to isolate?
I would just say like it doesn't really come from not knowing what to do. It's more so just like mental block, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't think like there's too many scenarios, at least for us, that like we're like too surprised by.
Sure.
It's more so just like pressure of the game or just like pressure of the match and stuff like that. So not too much so like, oh my God, this guy just aced. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
That's nice to know.
So getting that insight here on the desk. LEV, thank you so much for joining us for a quick chat. We're heading into Ascent. Let's see if LEV can bring this one back and perhaps take us to a map 3. We'll find out after this.
Ascent is on the cards, and we've seen as the meta has developed that the compositions of old are no longer the case. I can't imagine that will be any different here. I'm Doug. With me on the call is Dre. We saw a lot from Leviathan. We were able to hear LEV talk a little bit about it as well. He mentioned that he didn't necessarily love how some of these players looked on certain agents. Are you expecting a change here?
I don't think we're expecting too much of a change. I think Leviathan want to keep things a little bit the same to make sure that they have the same look. But that being said, I have to keep in mind that Rossi was an APAC player for a whole year. Maybe he's going to bring over some of those compositions on a map like Ascent that aren't so common in North America.
We're already seeing a lot of not
Yeah,
common,
what is this?
On the side of Cloud9, and we got the double Senti cop from them, and it looks like we're getting the double Senti from Leviathan as well.
Yeah, by the way, this year, Cloud9 have been the only team to run a deadlock. Yeah, it's on Lotus normally, but now bringing that over to the Ascent, it could be very deadly. I mean, that paired with the Vice is very interesting. And look at this from the side of Leviathan. It's a double Senti composition as well. But this time a Cypher deadlock. And wow. What a wild time to see this on Ascent. Two very off-meta comps.
I mean, the
Two
meta
deadlocks.
The meta for Ascent is now there is no meta.
Yeah, there is no meta now.
It is constantly changing. The days of the standard comp are of old. And this is the dawn of a new era. And so far, the era seems like it's being shaped by double Sentinels comp. Deadlock on both. A Vice on one side for Cloud9 and a Cypher on the other. LEV on the attack. And it seems like they're going to test some of that defensive aggression right off the bat towards B. Look at this crunch. Oh, the drone's not going to catch anything. Oxy finds a perfect time window to strike.
Talk about aggression. Mitch, he does get seen by Calm here.
Doubling down. He's going to try to flush out. Someone's waiting on the other side again. Oxy on the peak. Falls. But Mitch is there to clean it up. I mean, they are persistent in this, aren't they?
Yeah, Mitch avoids the threat of that Cypher cage, but he makes the call out for his team that there's two players in market here. And look at backside B right now, Doug. Zeppa alone on an island, but he has two. He has one Thorn and one Flash to work with, so very comfortable here. And while that was all happening, the double walk up off a Cat, I mean, they know.
You've got to be concerned of what's happening behind you. There's no way you let your guard down. And that's exactly what happens. Vic, a couple to the back of the head, puts one between Tex's eyes. They know where Zeppa is, and he's glad to take that fight. The little things from LEV seem to strike again.
Talking so much about not being afraid. Cloud9 are the ones who aren't afraid at all. Oxy walked all the way down mid and wide swung before that drone to get any value.
Yeah, the timing that he found there was perfect.
Yeah, Rossi just gets caught with no util. And the discipline, the trigger discipline from Vic, I cannot state it enough. He's shaping out to be such a superstar for Cloud9. It was always a question of when is he gonna be able to show that mechanical talent that we saw in Tier 2 Valorant. Experience is all that he needed.
Spike down.
Great shot out from Oxy, waiting for the second swing.
Look at the disrespect. I mean, he lets the Sova dart scan him in full, and he doesn't move.
And he gets a kill onto Calm and gets out. Yeah, that's criminal.
He's just bullying Leviathan right now.
I think for Cloud9, this is, you know, in a lot of ways, a similar recipe that we saw against NRG Week 1, that we saw against LEV on Map 1. And for them, it seems like it's either you swing or be swung.
Yeah, they do
and
not.
Cloud9 are pushing at a pace that we have not seen for a little while.
Exactly. They do not let you play your game. You're kind of forced to have to take these fights, take these gun duels. And if you're not stepping up to the challenge, it's going to get messy for you.
And even if you don't necessarily do that every round, what you've done is you've instilled fear. And so now if you are going to get hit a late hit through mid to B, guess what? There's going to be someone looking over their shoulder the entire time.
Yes. You're forced to use extra utility because right now you even heard Hitupata talk about
30
it.
seconds left. One enemy
They're
remaining.
scared. Leviathan are scared.
I don't know that they were scared enough on that pistol. But a clean round out from Cloud9 in the anti-eco. Didn't drop anything. Maybe a couple of members are going to have to buy up some armor, but they don't have to invest much.
Yeah. Something I want to talk about, Doug, is the utility on this defensive side so far and how spread it's been. You really have the Deadlock and the Vice utility on both sides of the map.
Which is what you would expect from a double Senti comp.
But it's so sick because they can both anchor B and still have some utility at A for their teammates of whoever's playing there. This time around, look, full Deadlock utility with the solo Vice at A. It's so much that you have to deal with, so much you have to bait out. And when you're running a double Senti comp yourself on the attacking side, it's super difficult to do that.
A fully fortified site. Zeppa, I mean, he doesn't have to do much with all that utility that's there.
One pop of the Thorns, and it thwarts the entire attack and default of Leviathan.
And look at the aggression from Cloud9 on the other side of the map.
Yeah, look who has the judge now. It's Oxy pushed up in B main. Now more of a heavy lean towards the A site for the group of Cloud9. But Tex, he's got so much to deal with. He doesn't know what's behind B main right now.
Cape giving away some of the aggression. Oxy swings back around to finish it up. And if they try to go in through tree, which is what it seems like LEV are going to try to do, you still have all this utility to deal with.
So much delay, and you're getting wrapped by Oxy and Spawn right now.
They play at a different speed. They play at a different pace. And so far, it seems like it's too much for LEV to deal with.
30 seconds left.
I mean, they still haven't made it out. Now, finally, Zeppa's going to get involved in the play.
And the wrap,
oh boy,
cleans it up. Demon 1 had no option there. Net throws the wall out in A main to block him off completely. And Leviathan run into a blender in CAC.
Yeah, brother, they were going to find you.
It just feels so oppressive if you're Leviathan right now in the server. And also the awareness of Oxy to know, like, okay, no one's behind Tex here.
Bye, buddy.
I feel like it's a hard tell right now that Cloud9 have, that they understand that Leviathan are going to favor doing like a 4-1 approach if Tex is the solo site.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for him to just knife out and grab that Vandal, not worried about anyone behind that threat, just goes to show that they have a real good understanding of how LEV like to approach attack sides. Now on this anti-eco, B main control was gathered. I think Calm was able to grab that orb.
Kind of gathered. You got Tex on a line, but
I mean, listen, when you're on the eco round, you gotta get something going, and getting both orbs, I think, is a good start, right?
Sure. Yeah, take what you can get. Yeah, that's fair.
Cloud9 are willing to give both extremities, just play far back, use the guns to their advantage. This is the benefit of running the double Sentinel comp, Doug. There's just so much that you can work with. There's a wall in A main that allows you to just full focus forward on Cat. I mean, the deadlock stun in B main, the Vice wall in mid, that does get triggered. So good methodical bait of utility from the side of Leviathan, but they are going to run into the Paranoia. They're going to run into Vic. They're going to run into Net.
I don't know that it's much of a fake. Zeppa spotting from stairs, so he knows that mid threat is not there. Dart cleared. Calm from net. On the swing.
Spike down A.
Yep.
One enemy
Just looks so easy.
Part of the issue here for LEV is I don't know how they solve dealing with all this utility.
You have to try to bait out more of it. They did a good job of baiting the Vice Wall out in mid. I think that is a good start. But you kind of have to use the Yoru to be the forefront of baiting out that utility on Cat or a main.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, you definitely got to break the utility in Garden. There's no doubt in my mind about that. The only character that can do it safely is Yoru because of the fact that he has a TP, right? If you can bait out that grav net that Net has been throwing, that's great.
Oof.
But
those are hard numbers to look at, man.
Yeah, super early timeout. They really haven't had a chance. I mean, you think about the first couple of the first round, even the pistol of Cloud9 taking the fight to them, and then how quickly they change the pace and just play off the utility.
Yeah.
They're showing a lot of depth in their gameplay right now.
Yeah, they are.
It's very, very impressive if you're a Cloud9 fan.
Yep, this is the best Cloud9 we've seen in quite some time. I think if I may be allowed to inject a little bit of hope, is this, and tell me if I'm wrong here, tell me if you disagree.
Okay.
This comp should succeed on the defensive side of the map. And so, I mean, let's pretend that LEV are able to get the ball rolling a little bit here. What feels like enough as they go to, on the attacking side? Is it 4 rounds? Does 4 rounds feel enough because you assume that the double senti is going to be good on the other side?
9-3 curse. I'd say I think you need a 9-3 curse if you're LEV right now. I think you're gunning for that. And this is something that's very interesting is that King invests in an attack side operator. He is towards B main with it. I don't know if he's going to take a pop shot towards Cat first. I feel like B main is where you'll find success with that op, but it's a set play from Cloud9.
And there's no room for the op to get any space. The flash on the other side of the cage, and they continue to push the matter. King finding a tiny little sliver to play around, but yeah.
And you can't walk out there. They heard the deadlock traps. They're so scared to walk out. For good reason. Look at the blender setup there. And also the TP from Oxy. He just fought somebody in B main. He's at A site already. King not hitting that shot. He does bait out the deadlock wall.
Yes, one of 13 bits of utility that they're going to have to navigate around.
This is such a difficult approach. And look at this deadlock stun right here. I think Calm is going to try to sell a solo fake here towards the catwalk. But, I mean, no one's shifting behind this. No one's breaking that deadlock stun. Oh, he does break it at the end of the day.
And so now there's a little bit of reason to think that they might be going up tree.
30 seconds left.
This is the right call so far from Leviathan. This is the best chance that they've had so far in this first map.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
King still has the attack off in his hands, though.
And he's got 31 HP. And they have to use so much utility to clear out what they think is on the other side that's a telltale sign of where they're headed. And Net is the greeting party.
Just a brutal approach from Lev. Net looks like he's just playing in the training range, man.
14
down lane.
A 14-0 between Vic and Net.
Yeah, and Vic has 9 assists. Something that was very micro that we didn't get to catch in this replay was his Omen smoke in the front of the B main choke to get his teammates out.
Yep.
It's something that's so micro, but allows them to get out unscathed, allows them not to get traded, and sets them up for success. It's 5-0, a complete stuffing so far of Leviathan. And more aggression outside of B. They're trying to bully Tex here on the extremity.
And they will succeed. I think there's been much that has been said around the double senti utility and how miserable it feels to play around, but a couple more eco frags cleaned up for Cloud9, but I do think you're right, as Demon 1 gets 2 of them. Vic gets the last, another round for Cloud9. All of the Sentinel utility is really strong and really good, but then you add Vic's utility on top of it.
Oh my goodness, and you add him being 10-0-10. I mean, the guy's doing it all.
Yeah.
This is a different form.
One enemy down mid.
We always knew he had it in him. It hasn't really shown. This double senti comp is enabling him to be a pseudo-duelist, I would say, and just taking these aggressive fights with his paranoia, with Oxy being behind him. And you heard Oxy firing him up as well when he started popping off on split.
This is tough. It is a desperately needed round for LEV. And Tex already falls. They're going to try to slam their head into the door. There's a little bit of control across the middle of the map. King's able to alleviate some of that pressure and clean up Mitch. Rossi joins in on the fun, but there's a lot of presence on the other side. Net playing from behind the wall. Trying to connect onto both, but they're both flashed up. They can't see a thing.
Yeah, while all that commotion was happening in B main, we couldn't even tell what was going on the other side of the map. It was a double push through either A main or Cat. Killing the solo straggler outside of B, getting that flank. So much chaos was ensued there, and Net with the stall was too much of a threat. I mean, look at this. Calm has no chance. No hesitation from the Cloud9 members to get that flank in and take him out. And then they hold W all the way through B main. Net delays, yeah, he doesn't get a kill with his deadlock ult, but he did enough.
Well, let me ask you another philosophical question as Leviathan have burned their second timeout.
Lay it on me, lay it on me.
Of the map here. Are you surprised by how much success Cloud9 have found on flanks, given that LEV are also running a double Senti comp?
I just feel like at this point of the game, not really, because LEV are just spiraling out of control, and you could just tell in their gameplay. You said it from the start of the round. It looks like it's desperation, using the Yoru ultimate, nothing to follow up behind it. You can't really just run it down on this comp against the double control, against the double Senti. You have to meticulously work the utility, bait it out, break it. So I'm not surprised that it's happening to Leviathan because of that reason. We're not seeing them kind of do this bait of util, trying to use the Yoru to take out the A util on Cat Garden, whatever it may be. Not even the Vice Wall in mid. They've gotten to the point of the game where they're just all trying to 5-man, and it's not going to work against this composition. It's not going to work against the protocols that Cloud9 have.
For as much as comps change, you still have to play the map the same way. You go all the way back and you talk about the need to clear utility. That still seems to be the calling card that the attacking side need to figure out.
Yeah, I think the best round that they had was when they baited out that mid Vice Wall,
yeah,
and kind of worked through Cat Garden area. There just needs to be an extra layer there.
Rossi,
maybe then you can go back into the execute. Go ahead.
Rossi, the only one with a gun here. It's a lot of presence mid. You know the wall is there.
Okay.
Triggered, but again, B main is taken away. Tex is wise too. It knows it's there, but can't win the fight.
Tex, it's just not his day today, man.
No, he's been quiet.
The same thing was happening to him on Split, but I remember on Split he was playing so far back on their attacking side, he didn't want to take those fights.
Dude, and look at how aggro this wall is.
Yeah.
I mean, they are moving the line of scrimmage.
The cool thing is you break the B wall, you bait out the mid wall. Now's a good opportunity for Demon 1 to get activated and try to find a lurk timing. But he's walled off by his own teammate, and I just don't know what he's going to do. TP past it, I guess?
Yeah, and you still have to deal with some of the rest of the utility that's here.
It's so out of sync. They do a freeze, but that just doesn't hit the mark. You saw what he was going for. If it hits on top of the box, Calm is crouched.
Still tries to get out. Really nice flash. And Demon 1 is still the last one standing.
He was walled off from the start of that hit. It doesn't really make much sense having to throw that market wall when you have a player lurking up mid. I guess maybe Demon 1 could have went spawn there, but this is both timeouts burned, Doug. This is a stomping. We have to point out how well Cloud9 are looking and dealing with this.
Bro, I got flashed 3 times.
It's weird. People don't normally laugh when they're flashed 3 times, but the vibes are obviously really good in the Cloud9 camp. I think this has to be so frustrating to call from on the attacking side because nothing works.
Nothing has worked. And it's like, okay, yeah, we could sit here all day and be like, oh, you have to bait out the double Senti utility. But what do you do when you're just getting like just beat down? You're getting peeked into even on the defensive side.
Look at this. They have a lot of space that they've taken towards B, but a TP from Vic has already joined the fray, and they still have all the utility. They've got the wall, the thorns, the sensors, the flash, everything. Oxy, up close and personal. Tex winning that duel out, but do you expect Mitch there, spamming through the smoke, not able to connect. Zeppa getting 3 on the round, but Tex doing the same. Vic on the swing, Tex requires 4 as LEV finally get on the board.
At this time, pushing into spawn, understanding that there's so much utility on lane. And the Omen ultimate kind of makes it a little bit more obvious too that the back of B is very fortified. So that quick call to take the fight on the players in spawn was the correct one. But can you rely on stuff like this? Cloud9 now have a chance to adapt to that as well.
Nice, King. Nice!
Hold a little bit
Not 13,
more
no,
back. that is a good relief. Sigh of relief from the Leviathan boys, huh?
You take the wins where you can get them.
But now Oxy has an operator online. Another threat that you have to be worried about.
This is a nice adaptation out from Tex. Given all the space that Cloud9 have taken B main, he tries to put up a trip that ultimately gets cleared out, but at least an idea of where the pressure's coming from.
Yeah, and a good cage as well, understanding that there may be somebody at the other end because the audio cue now. A bait out of that Vice Wall in mid, and Tex, Doug, he finally did it.
I thought he was dead.
He won a 1v1 on the extremity.
Aggro smoke. Yeah, Mitch hasn't been cleared out. You've got Zeppa close by. And Zeppa not able to settle the shots. Gets his 1. But a 3v2 now for the attack that's instantly equalized. Net gets his, tries to get away. It's all on to Vic now. They have no idea where he is.
No, they don't at all. 10, 1, and 14. A 1v2 would feel like a death blow to Leviathan, and he gets the audio cue of the Omen teleport. He hears the footsteps.
He's in the right place, still has utility, has his 2 smokes. Wants to take the fight, so he's gonna get ones, he's gonna get ones! A Red Bull clutch and heartbreak for LEV.
Heartbreak for LEV, but a breakout performance from Vic. The best series he's played so far in VCT Americas, Doug.
One enemy remaining.
He played that perfectly on audio cues. Full confidence holding his spot on B. Now he's popping off.
We said 9, well, you said 9-3 might be enough. I think even that, Dre, given how this half has gone, even that seems like a reach.
Yeah. I mean, the mechanics are really shining through from the side of Cloud9. The synergy has looked great. Utility has been on point. It truly feels like they can do no wrong. The only round Leviathan won was pushing into spawn at B.
And that was because of Tex's ult, to be honest, that he was able to get the 4K. King has a rifle, and it's a deeper, more aggressive wall. If you play that a little bit faster, you're caught on the other side of it.
Yeah.
That's a cool little adaptation from Zeppa.
Yeah. This time,
wait, he
opting to run through it. Yep.
You left the spike. The spike's waiting on the other side of the wall.
Makes you slow down, and that's something you don't want to do. Not in this position. There's 3 members here from the side of Cloud9. A dart is going to be shot. Will there be spam kills?
The flash is out. Vic gets his 2. He's already got 13,000 kills on the half, and he just continues to light it up.
Look at him. Flawless round win from Cloud9. 10-1 on the defensive side of Ascent.
I don't know how you solve against this comp. I really don't.
Leviathan have tried. They've tried different looks.
They have.
This time trying to disrespect that mid-vice wall, but it's just not enough. It's too late, honestly, in the half. He's plugging the mouse in. He doesn't care. He knows he has it in the bag. Is he trying to nerf himself to make it like fair or something? What's going on right now?
Already started the next round.
Can't you?
Or picked up and rotate back. Trample their way back towards B. A lot of the, I mean, really all of the Sentinel utilities set up A. Net still has a net. And a wall.
Yeah. A new look as well from Cloud9. This time a little bit more of a heavy focus on mid. Yoru ultimate used to get some info out of B, understanding Oxy's here with the operator.
Does he have a TP to get out? He does, all the way back B main.
This is as free as B has ever been for the side of Leviathan, but he's just too good. Oxy.
King getting his 2 though, that's big. And you've still got Vic who's alive, and that has been a problem for LEV. Spike picked up. Oh, Vic too far, too aggressive.
Everyone hiding. 30
Little
seconds
too
left.
crazy. Now, Neural Theft making it known that B site is free for the taking.
Note that Calm has his ult.
Zeppa also has his ult though.
Yeah, and they're all funneled in. Oh, but it's only going to connect onto one, I believe. It's only hitting Tex. He pushes forward into his death. Remember, the guns are still up on the other side, so it's going to be a straight-up 2v2. Calm with 2 shocks to play with. Demon 1 with his paranoia, but no health to speak of. Zeppa gets the last, and that's another round for Cloud9.
11-1 half on the defensive side. I guess for Leviathan, Calm is right. At least it's not a 13-0, Doug. They are on the double sentinel, though, going into the defensive side. We've seen magic happen before. They would really have to dig deep here. They have the experience to do so, though, Doug. We do have to keep that in mind.
They've got the experience, they've got the comp, but is the runway just too short? It's a massive lead for Cloud9 at halftime. We'll see if they can pull off the miracle. We'll see you guys shortly. Cloud9 put up an impenetrable wall on their defensive side of Ascent, courtesy of both Sentinels, courtesy of Vic going 16-2 and 15, and just smoking LEV out of the server. We'll see if LEV can do the same on their defensive side, because Dre, they have a couple of Sentis of their own.
This has been said so many times before, but you have to win this pistol round. It's a must-win pistol round for Leviathan, and a must-win bonus on top of it. If you want to come back into this, everything has to be going for you in favor the way it was going for Cloud9. It's just going to be a very passive, defensive side right now.
Don't give them
from the
any
side of
chances.
Leviathan.
Which you would expect.
Yeah.
Again, if they're going to lean into the strength of this comp, it's this. It's wait back, play around your util. Net lineup.
Very cool set pieces. Not having to worry about any mid vice wall. Break of a cam to see if there's a little bit of a trap.
I mean, they've already been more methodical about clearing util in the pistol than LEV were for most of the half.
That's a great shout. Demon 1 just gets overwhelmed. The pressure from A main and Cat is too much.
I mean, he was trying to alleviate some of that with a flash, but as you were saying, overwhelmed.
Oh.
That's okay. That's cleanup from King. A 3v3, and we're seeing the A site for the first time all game.
And we're seeing Vic wrap all the way around Cat as well. A lot of stall utility here for the side of Cloud9 and its post plant. There's still a dart online. This 1v1 may be the decider.
Oh, Vic's human.
Yeah, who would have thought? Good pressure though. It delays Tex from getting into the A site.
It delays a ton of time. And that spike has been taken for a little bit here. Zeppa playing on the other side of the smoke, waiting for the right time to swing, and he finds it. Drops Calm, never had a chance to fight back. And that was the desperately needed pistol for LEV, going the way of Cloud9. That's 3 out of 4 pistols for Cloud9, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Listen, LEV, they won 1 pistol in this series. It's something that they couldn't do at all in the previous. So we're seeing a little bit of, you know, advancement. But this map has just been brutal. Both teams playing it for the first time. Their VCT debut 2025, and so far Cloud9 have just looked so much better. And to talk about strength of schedule for Cloud9 specifically, keep in mind last year in stage 1 they went 5-1, right? They have to play against MIBR next, a chance at redemption. Losing to them in kickoff, right?
Cloud9 looking to put the finishing touches on this slaughter. Demon 1 punching back though, as the rest of LEV does.
Time to jump.
And you blink and you miss it. Oxy's on the site by himself, tries to get to the spike, runs right at Calm. Okay.
Time to jump.
And he's gotten it down to a 1v2. This would be a brutal way for this to end. Oxy gives some of the space up, spots one, swings onto the other, and Rossi gets the kill.
I mean, thank God he got that kill. He grabbed netted himself. That would have been, if they would have lost that round, that would have been just nightmares for the ex-Cloud9 player. Viaton not out of this one quite yet. Demon 1 had some nice share shots connecting in this round. But it was sloppy, it was messy. Oxy almost did it too.
Enemy remaining.
Oh!
Yeah, see?
He knew.
You can feel it.
Cloud9 on pistols. Meanwhile, LEV with much stronger weaponry. And they're going to push into this. They've got the Cypher Cam, and they have 2 sensors here. Shocks out from Calm too. Rossi playing towards stairs, and a Judge on the other side. 1 sound sensor has been tripped. And again, I think Cloud9 are doing a really good job of using trips and baiting out util and using their bodies sometimes to open up some of the map.
I mean, when you have an 11-1 buffer to do so, it gives you a little bit more confidence to, you know, try to bait out some of that utility. And look at the stark difference in the defensive setups, though, with the trips and whatnot. Towards the A site specifically, they're so far back.
Demon 1 trying to turn the flash, will succeed. Gets a kill onto Oxy, but it's just there to trade. And the pistols go down with a whimper.
Right here.
Yeah, Net being seen as well. He's going to get faced by multiple players pushing out a cat and a main. But this trip setup towards the A site specifically for Leviathan, if they use setups like this on an actual gun round and Cloud9 decide to face them there, it might be dangerous.
Yeah, I think, and this is, I'm sure this is obvious for everyone watching at home and here in the studio, but the fact that the lead is so massive isn't even the real issue. The big issue here is that Cloud9 are at map point. They're at series point. And so even if it was a massive lead, but they had a couple of rounds they could give up, maybe there's a chance to really believe this. But LEV have to play perfect.
Absolute perfect Valorant. And when we saw Cloud9 on that last map of Split just, you know, starting to let LEV crawl back in just a little bit, all they did was save all their ultimates. And look at the ults right now from the side of Cloud9. Almost every single ult is going to be online in the next round.
Sees the wall, decides to hold on to the ult for now.
But again, no other set of utility here from the side of Leviathan. Their A is so weak. Stark contrast to Cloud9. They know 2 players are in this A main.
Couple of kills found for LEV, but of course traded right back. The paranoia through, and Demon 1's gonna try to TP away. Succeeds. But that leaves A open.
And are you ready for Oxy pushed all the way up into heaven?
Portal closed.
No, they're not. They have no idea. He spots his one, but they maybe did see Demon 1 right at the end there. King's going to be rotating from so far back.
He's so far away, and Demon 1, he knows that he wants to even the score before King gets here.
But he's got 19 HP.
He's so low.
I mean, what are you sending him out to do?
The double hell setup. Zeppa being the guarantee on catwalk.
The safety valve, if you will. King will fall. Demon One, of course, on his own. Spam through the smoke, and if it's Vic, who else but Vic to get the last kill of the half? Bookended an outrageous series by him as Cloud9, I mean, you got to call it what it is. Obliterate LEV.
Yeah, Vic was just a sleeper agent in his previous matches. This was a standout performance from the rookie. 24-20. The best series he's had to date, Doug. And I think it's because Oxy hyping him up. Honestly, we heard it on that map of Split. Oxy's like, let's go, Vic, let's go. If that's the fire Vic needs, I mean, do it every game, man, if you're Cloud9. The underdogs of this stage are looking really good.
347 ACS out of Vic. An outrageous performance. I mean, he did everything right. And again, a lot of it was heavily benefited from that double Senti comp and the fact that Leviathan were not able to find a single inch to play around on the attack side. But holy smokes, what a performance from that kid.
Yeah, just ridiculous. I mean, a lot of players had their moments here. We can't forget the IGLing of Mitch. He looked great.
Yeah, he called an exceptional series, really. I mean, would you go back to the attack side on Split and how effortless it looked and how Leviathan were just constantly on the back foot and
clearly
really
countering.
Yes.
Clearly countering. Like him and Imi came up with a great game plan to take Leviathan on there, which Lev looked so good on the defensive side in their last matchup against MIBR. It was very impressive to see how C9 were able to break them down methodically. And then on this last map, Leviathan stood no chance. The util combos, the synergy from the defense, it was way too fortified.
I mean, Vic could put together a frag movie just with this last map.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, it should have been foretelling. We should have seen it from the beginning. Vic getting those 2 kills on the pistol at the very beginning as he flanks back through mid. All the way up until the end.
What was so impressive was you're running a double Sentinel comp, but it's not like they didn't have aggressive set plays with it too. So it's like you don't really know what to expect running up against Cloud9's defense. They really took the fight to Leviathan, and it paid out dividends for them. Leviathan were scared. They were left shaking in their boots, and it's something that the coach was talking about in the timeout at half. It was just like, hey, we're not playing how we do in scrims.
Yeah, I don't know that confidence would have made much of a difference there. I'm not going to lie to you, at least not on Ascent. I think you can play feared, you can play more boldly, but the truth is they found no way to get past any of that utility. You mentioned it, Imi and the rest of the team had a flawless game plan to take care of LEV 2-0. We're going to throw it down to Riv at the stage for the Verizon post-match interview with Mitch.
I am down here on stage with Cloud9's Mitch. It is lit up blue because of the Cloud9 victory they take home today. A great series against LEV. You had a great series against NRG last week. What's been the key to unlocking this Cloud9 to start the stage?
Honestly, just trusting the system, doing, everything we need to do in practice, always like saying 100%, in it, dedicated in practice, taking it seriously. Like it's honestly paying off.
Awesome. I love I keep hearing the system. Is the system the collaborative? Is the system kind of like Imi saying, here's the system, we should follow it? Or is the system everyone?
It's a collaboration between everybody, basically. Me, Googly, Imi, even the managers, we all have a great system. So
it seems like like everybody's hand in the pie. Feeling pretty good here. Was there any pressure going against the old IGL, going against Rossi on this one?
No, not at all. I mean, we knew everyone would think this is like a grudge match for Rossi, but we just came in playing our game. We didn't really care what the people were saying. So.
And you played your game on Ascent. What was the plan there? What was the idea? I mean, we saw the deadlock again come out for both of you, but what were you guys loving so much about it?
I mean, starting defense on double Senti is always insane. So that's what we trusted.
All right, and you since what, 2020, you've been grinding C9, then you want Oxygen in your back, but you have played so much. I can still remember you sometimes on Killjoy with an operator back a Split B.
Yeah.
Like, you've shrunk the agent pool a bit now just to the initiators somewhat. Have you been able to hone anything else? Does it feel better? Are you focusing on some more of your craft?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm able to play like any agent, honestly. Like,
yeah, you are.
I try to flex to everything I can. I play, in ranked and whatever. But yeah, honestly, it feels good playing all the initiators for me right now. I could play, maybe a duelist in the future. Who knows?
All right. It's all there. What are your goals for the Split besides playing duelist in the future, Imi?
What was
your goals for the Split?
Oh,
the
goals?
stage, yeah.
I mean, honestly, we want to win every match. That's goal number one. Get to playoffs and do well in playoffs. We want to qualify to Toronto.
Heck yeah. And you got MIBR next. They're looking absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
Is it focus on C9 there, or are you going to have to check that MIBR reel?
I mean, we focus a little bit on the other team, but yeah, we're going to go back and, redraw up some plays and we bring our game.
Hell yeah. Watching Vic play, watching everything, what's it like kind of watching everybody grow as a teammate and whatnot on Cloud9 now since you're back?
I mean, it's amazing to work with, Oxy and Vic, the young guys, and watching them grow and helping them out, just like I did for Redux and Verno on Oxygen. So, I mean, they're taking everything in like a sponge, so it feels great.
Sick. Mitch, thank you for the insight. Congratulations on the win. Another one for Cloud9 coming in. They start off the stage very strong, and we're not going anywhere. We got more Cloud9 brains to pick. It's going to be Zeppa and Oxy over at Match Point. Take it away.
Hey, thanks, Riv. I'm here. Break it down, and I got Zeppa, and we got Oxy. Oh, man, you guys are on a heater lately. This is going to be a treat. I want to go over this round here from the game. I mean, at this point, after this round, I think it was over. No? You guys were stomping them out on their map pick.
Just to clarify, this was attack, right? Like the round before this? Was it attack? I don't remember.
It might have been, yeah.
Okay.
No, I think the attack is after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is actually your guys' B push. You guys do a couple pushes, but I'm gonna draw attention to like what you're bunkering down over here, bro. Like there is a lot of stuff protecting you. It must feel pretty good to be that Vice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a flash for yourself, you just pop it and just swing.
So off rip, we get the net coming in on the B main push. You get Omen Blind coming from Vic cutting through, and then Oxy, you're just running it down.
Yep.
And their cage actually helps you out. So this is crazy. And the Omen Blind allows this dart from the Sova over here to get a ping right next to King right there.
Yep.
So it's really sick. And if you rush A, you are cooked.
Yep.
So the dart gets a scan because of the Omen Blind. King is scrambling. He's off it. You blind him. We get a helping smoke from Vic to get out. And all of this is happening, and Net still has the wall. That's actually a UI bug down there. This guy still has the wall that he's holding onto and stalling out B main. So he's jiggling B main, and if anyone peeks that, he's gonna drop the deadlock wall. Like, in this moment of the round, like, what are you guys saying? Are you guys like, just don't make any mistakes?
Like,
what are you guys saying right
here?
Well,
the initial push after we got the kill, I think I was like sitting heaven, and I was like, just run away, run away, run away.
Yeah.
And I think everything felt slow motion because it felt so long for them to run away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he TP's out, and I'm still calling, run away, run away. And then, yeah, I mean, all we had to do was just sit and watch them like walk into us, and that's it.
Did you feel these two at all putting any pressure?
Oh, like, no, they didn't even do anything, I don't think.
Yeah. So when you guys do this in practice, I'm pretty sure you guys have done this like a million times. Do teams often just like react A? And go into that?
Surprisingly, no.
Yeah, they know better.
But,
they know better.
But you wouldn't believe us. We actually drew this up right here the round before. This is not a set thing.
Bro, you guys are just cooking this on the fly?
I'm telling you, Mitch is like, let's just do this real quick and just the Utah on the fly.
You can't say that you did that to them on their map pick. You're cooking like this on their map pick? That's wild. So you can see at a minute, he's still jiggling. He spots us, he walls. At this point, you're just in shambles mentally. If you're on LEV, we picked the wrong map, y'all. We definitely picked the wrong map here. So they go back up cat for some cat pressure. And again, you guys just aren't giving them anything. Like, you guys have all this stuff here. Mitch falls off, calls the drone, still playing deep on A. You have the double face over there on B stairs, which we will see in a second. Oh, we will see it. So they wait the wall out. They end up going towards B. And you can see, you guys are even proactively rotating. You guys are all over this team right now. Whew. Someone's ready. Look at this guy ready to break the dart. Who is that guy? That's crazy. And Net closes it out. This is wild.
Hey, I'm surprised that Vic didn't peek once. In a scrim, I think he double peeks with him and dies.
No, he's peeking on the eco.
Yeah.
That's all really happy, you guys. Man, we were so happy to see the Vice deadlock. We've been waiting for that. That was a treat, y'all. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I'm going to have you guys head over to Zoe.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on, join me for a quick chat. Thank you so much, Sean. Right there, take your seats.
Go the forward.
I want to pick you guys' brain. This was insane. In fact, week 1 was insane as well. Thank you so much for coming on to Matchpoint to chat a little bit about Cloud9 as a whole. I actually want to start with just like the team identity. Zeppa, you've been on many iterations, of course, of Cloud9. If you compare them, like, what's the current Cloud9's identity? How would you compare it to previous iterations?
I think it's a good combination of, I guess, me, Mitch, and even Net, kind of like of the veterans of the team. Especially now we have Vic and Oxy. Very young players, like Mitch said earlier in the interview, that they are able to absorb and learn very fast. And I think Michael, having or Net being on the team, he has such a big voice. It helps out Mitch, me, and the team, honestly. And the identity of the team, hey, we got young shooters and old shooters. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, they're shooters. The age doesn't matter at this point, right? So as long as they're shooting, we're good. You have so many individual pop-up performances. You obviously had like 2 lifetime games. I said it already on the desk. I don't know how many lifetimes you have. Like, I don't know.
Hopefully another like 15, 20, like in a row, back to back to back.
So we hope for many more. But then obviously, Oxy, we know that you're a player who absolutely can just pop off. Vic had a phenomenal game on Ascent. The numbers he was putting out, it's just...
Finally?
Yeah, finally.
Whoa, that's unnecessary. Okay. Where is this coming from? Like, what do you guys have for breakfast? What's the morning routine?
The morning routine.
A lot of work.
Chipotle for me, McDonald's for him.
Yep.
And then...
I do not condone this message. This is not it.
I mean, that's our morning routine. I mean, like we practice or we play we deathmatch and things like that leading into the game. But what helps the most is, I guess, like losing in practice every time.
Yep.
And practice has been out. I'm telling you, the last 2 matches have been like way easier than the last 3 weeks of practice.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Just
no clue.
I have no idea. I can't
doesn't
tell
matter. You know, if you get the dub on match day, all is well.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the standings to see where Cloud9 currently is at, and of course also all the other teams. Generally, how do you feel about your group? Super winnable, I assume.
I feel like we've already played most of, if not every single team here. LEV, we just played. NRG just played. We also have MIBR, Aspas, and Verno coming up next week. That's going to be fun as hell. And then we got G2 and Furia. I think our group's pretty evened out, but it'll always be fun.
I agree.
Is there a team you're super excited to face off against?
I'm always excited to play G2, because for me, Leaf has been my ex-teammate, obviously again. I'm always excited to play him, and I think he's had my number the last like 2-3 matches. I don't even count the off-season event, but hopefully we can beat him here and then make playoffs and beat him in playoffs. Cause I know they'll be like the front runners of qualifying.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for all those matches. As you just shared, that you guys cook up stuff like that on the fly on your opponent's map picks. So we're heading on to Ascent. We're seeing that Vice deadlock. I want to talk about that as well. Whose idea was that? And how do you make this work right now? Like, walk us through this comp.
I mean, it was our coach and our coach Imi and Mitch. And our assistant coach Googly. We just get told what we're playing.
Yep.
And honestly, I don't mind what I play. It's kind of fun because at least I think a lot of the maps I play different agents. But yeah, I just listen. They tell me I'll play this, do that, and that's it.
Okay, just listen.
Just listen.
Follow their lead. So if you're in game and then, like, let's look at Split, for example, you're winning that pistol round that you really should have won. What's the comms like? Who's keeping the team focused and make sure that no one derails?
Honestly, all of us are calm-minded, but we also like super hype at the same time. But it's a good mix, and we just run it down. We just play. I'm not gonna lie, that might have been the easiest match ever. Why?
I don't even think you answered the question. But
what the hell?
You know what? It's fun. It's fun to see you guys pop off like that. It's also just fun to see like the face cams, the listenings, and the comms. And clearly, you guys are having a great time. They're gelling well, so all is good. Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule and chat a little bit about upcoming matches to see what's to come. This is what the next week is going to look like. Let's make some bets here. Which team do you have your jelly beans on?
I think EG is underrated. I think they have really high highs and I guess really low lows. They're a little bit inconsistent, but I think it could be a good game if they both are like on one. I have to give that one to Sen. What was the second match? I don't remember.
It was 100 Thieves was loud? I think
so. I should know this. I do not know.
Yeah, for me, I have to go with 100 Thieves, even though, the 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves.
Why? Why do you have to? No one's forcing you.
Loud lost to 2G today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't talk about that.
And by the way, whatever happened, whoever they lost the past couple days, 2G and scrims, they're showing it. That's all I'm saying. They're looking insane.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they looked insane in their match today as well.
Yeah.
This was a phenomenal performance. So that shakes things up a bit, of course, in that group. Now I'm gonna let you guys go and celebrate or rest up or like eat your chipotles and like whatever you're doing post-match. Thank you so much, Zeppa and Oxy, and thank you all so much for watching. It's been an absolute blast this week. There's more action to come in just a few days. And for now, I'm just gonna leave you with our Samsung SSD Fast Replay.
Two Brazilian teams at a bit of an inflection point here, and one has come off their third game against Crew in 4 officials, trying to find out where they sit in the grand scheme of things, and I think it's safe to say that our 2G team got some soul searching to do. Jazin's playing pretty aggressively towards Mounds, and even if you take that space, he will still find a way to punish you.
Everyone right now from 2G on a solo mission is falling apart.
One towards upper. Here's Jazin now finding his third in the round. He got busy over at Scene again, and will finish off the job with that Neon ultimate. Flashed off here, caught inside the smoke. Oh, it's Carnage! PXS is able to find 2. It's up to Vinny now. Horrendous for Loud. Disastrous situation as 2G get in the lead, and PXS here sat on bend, trying to hold on, trying to huddle together. It's the newcomer PXS in a 1 versus 1. Over the top goes 2G, but he makes too much sound. The new blood will get 2G to map points. And that's all she wrote, folks. 2G limping into the game. We'll take it in overtime. What are we doing here? This is scary here. And there's Askia emerging, takes the Jazin down instantly. That's the Nightfall doing work. A second here for the 2G duelist. Gotta respect that special delivery. Steel Garner comes in, and Askia is unstoppable. Loud get into it, start to download him a little bit more. And there it is, folks. iBot power race for Askia. It's up to Pancada here versus 4. 2G now trying to give themselves a staging ground to end the series. But Pancada stands up, finds 2. It's unreal! How do you just steal a moment like that just when you exactly need it? This is going to slow things up.
20 seconds!
Not a lot of time to work with. And there's Silence getting rid of Vinny. The lurker there through mid. There's another one coming. I don't know if he's going to be ready for it, but it may not matter. 2G on the precipice of doing it in disarray. Losing their leader. Take their first win of Americas. Silencing the doubters and maybe the doubt in their own minds as well.
Cloud9 here. We know this team can shoot. We'll be going up against Leviathan, which is coming into stage 1 with a bunch of changes.
I'm super excited to see what these guys can bring.
There's that first ult invested, trying to flush him out, but Oxy's behind enemy lines. Getting 2. Trying to divide the attention of the attack. That's Snappy, leaving things in a 1v1. Footsteps aplenty, and Rossi has no options to play around. Vic has played this beautifully. Cloud9 get to 8. Wise with their money. Big swing out from King, though. King's close by, but there's a lot on his shoulders. The paranoia in his face, tries to spam and connect. 3 found for King. Disaster averted. How much more can they get here? Texas gonna fall. Oh, they forget about the ults. They're just going to frag their way through this. The stun to buy a little bit of time. Shut.
Oh my god, he almost did it, Doug.
Not even close. Not even close. Mitch will get the defuse. Cloud9 take map 1, 13-8. And they have to use so much utility to clear out what they think is on the other side that's a telltale sign of where they're headed. And Net is the greeting party. In the right place. Still has utility, has his 2 smokes. Wants to take the fight, so he's gonna get ones. He's gonna get ones! A Red Bull clutch and heartbreak for Lev.
Will there be spam kills?
The flash is out. Vic gets his 2. He's already got 13,000 kills on the half, and he just continues to light it up. Look at him. An outrageous series. I mean, you gotta call it what it is. Obliterate Lev.